Dollar Smart 99 cents App Store. Located at 4811 Diesel Beach Way in Richmond. Telephone number 604-207-0072.
For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.
Philippine News Canada is brought to you by Rayford Media Group.
Hello mga kabayan, it's such a pleasure to have with us this evening here at Sheraton in Surrey ang isa sa mga rising stars ng ABS-CBN, one of our very own from Vancouver. We welcome AC Bonifacio. Hi AC.
Oh, hello po. I'm so happy to be here today.
Well, thank you so much for accommodating us for this interview. Talagang we're so happy to see you. When were you back?
I got back noong December 22 po.
Okay, so you're enjoying your Christmas with your family.
Yes, I'm enjoying the holidays here. Opo.
What makes it different from I know you've been away ilang years ka na away from Canada.
Mga 3 years po. Magta 3 years na po. Opo.
And you've been under the wings of ABS-CBN ever since?
ABS and Star Magic po. Yes po.
So, gaano ka busy? What have you been doing nung iniwan mo kami dito sa Canada? What have you been doing in the Philippines?
I've just been working my butt off po. I've been doing a bunch of shows and performing and just, just enjoying po. Kasi being on stage and just performing is really my passion. So the fact that I get to do that and people get to watch me do it is crazy.
So you've been doing a lot of dancing still?
Yes po, I'm still dancing there. And I've also gotten into singing and acting, kasi pag naging artista ka, kailangan lahat na. Kailangan mag-host ka, kailangan everything na. So I've been training to do everything din po.
So ano mga shows on ABS-CBN are you currently doing?
Currently, I've been on Playhouse po, my very, very first teleserye. I play the best friend of Sheila and Zeki. And it's crazy. It's a whole different experience from dance and singing and anything I've done here. It's so, so fun. And the scenes I do and the character I'm doing is so like me. Kasi she's very quirky and she loves to just laugh and she's a dancer too. So it's great. And I also do ASAP. Every once in a while, I dance on there and sing sometimes. Yeah po, ASAP. And then I'm also hosting at One Music Pops, where we just finished season 6. So now we're moving on to season 7, so that's coming soon.
So I know that dancing is really your forte, and sabi mo nga biglang napasok ka sa singing, napasok ka din sa acting. Do you have any acting teachers or acting coaches that work with you while you're there?
Yes, well, actually with Star Magic, when I first got there, Star Magic has a bunch of workshops just to train everybody. So when I first got there, I did acting workshops and Tagalog workshops, I did singing workshops, I did dancing workshops, I did everything for like a year and a half po. And that really helped me, especially with acting, because it was very different from what I've learned here. And what I've learned there, I can just put them together because they're two completely different things, Acting, I didn't think that acting was so into, like, it's not just acting, people think, oh, you just have to talk, you just have to do that. But it really, you have to have it come from the heart, you have to have it come from your eyes. So there's stories behind that and there's ways that you can do that. So that's what we learned through that. And of course, Tagalog workshops, where I had to learn for a full year straight. It was crazy, it was fun though. It wasn't something that parang, oh, I have to go to workshops again. It was like I wanted to get up and go there because I know it's gonna help me with my work.
Pero here you spoke Tagalog din at home with your parents.
Hindi po actually. Dito lang po na my whole family, they were all talking Filipino in the house, so I could understand naman po. They were always telling me, they're like, speak Tagalog, you're gonna need it when you grow up. And I was like, no, it's okay, I can understand naman, blah, blah, blah. And then I got to the Philippines, and like, we were doing interviews, and they're like, AC, you need to speak Tagalog. And I'm like, oh no, I'm dead. So once I got there, I did Tagalog workshops, at ngayon po, okay na po ako sa Tagalog. Actually, hindi pa po okay. Nandun lang po ako sa mga 50%, pero lahat po ng tao dito so far, nasa-surprise sila kasi parang dati English lang po ako dito. Ngayon nagtatagalog po ako. It's crazy.
And in the Philippines, pag medyo Inglesera ka, medyo na-alienate ka, di ba?
Opo, na parang OP ka kasi everybody's talking Tagalog. Tapos when you speak English, lahat pa sila parang, ay, nosebleed. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I had to learn Tagalog na po.
Oh, but your Tagalog is very fluent na, ha?
Thank you po. Pero may accent pa rin po ako eh. Until now, they tease me. They're like, si AC nagtatagalog pero parang Englishero pa rin. Oh.
So ilang percent ng ang work mo ngayon sa ABS-CBN is dancing? How many percent is singing? How many percent is acting?
Actually, they all come together. Well, I feel like it's all with the hosting. It's all like 25% each. Kasi in Playhouse, for example, I act, but then sometimes I do dancing scenes, sometimes I do singing scenes, and then with singing, of course, I dance at the same time, and I kind of still have to act too with my facial expressions and everything. And so everything comes together. Once you learn everything, it just, like Ate Sarah G, total performer, she does everything in one performance. Opo.
As I was asking you earlier na nagkakwentuhan tayo, who among the performers or who among the ABS-CBN personalities do you always like to work with?
Opo. Yun po, I love working with Tito Gary V, Ate Sara, and Kathniel. Actually, I haven't fully worked with Kathniel yet on TV, but I see them all the time backstage, and I always say hi, and we always just talk. And they're amazing people. So someday I hope to work with them talaga on TV po.
With Gary V, how extensive is your work with him? Kasi I know you're both dancers, di ba? So, do you work extensively with him?
With Tito Gary V naman po, I first actually got to meet him through Your Face Sounds Familiar. So we really got to know each other there po kasi us kids and the judges were so close with everything backstage. We would always see each other, we'd always talk. And so me and Tito Gary, I don't know, we just had like a connection somehow because we're both dancers po, and we both know how much training we had to go through and everything. Kasi in the Philippines po, dancing wasn't really the big thing. When you were a dancer, it wasn't that big. Until now, the dance community has been putting a name for themselves, and it's amazing because we get to see it and we get to experience it too at the same time with them. So with Tito Gary naman, I got to work with him on ASAP a lot, and then recently he did an album called Awit at Laro, where it was for UNICEF po, where we celebrate the spirit of play and games. So I got to do one of the songs on the album po called Touch and Move. So I got to go there, I got to record with him, and Tito Gary was there, and Kuya Gab too. It was produced by Kuya Gab Valenciano, his son, Tito Gary's son, and it was wrote by Sir Jim Paredes. So it was crazy. It was a crazy experience. That was one of my first recordings because I've recorded before. But this recording, when Tito Gary is there and he's watching me, and I'm like, shoot, I have to do good here. So it was fun, but Tito Gary, he could see how nervous I was, and he was like, AC, stop being nervous. It's just me, it's your Tito and everything. And, it's just, I feel like Tito Gary is like my family now because, even Tita Angeli, they're always so accommodating, they're always so welcoming, and he's one of the people I can go up to at shows when I see him, or I can go visit him, and he'll always just give me talks about he'll ask about how my life, and he'll ask what I'm doing and everything, and he'll tell me what to do and what's right, and he'll always give me advice with anything that I have problems on.
Dollar Smart 99 cents App Store, located at 4811 Diesel Beach Way in Richmond. Telephone number 604-207-0072.
For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.
So it seems that yung 2 years mo in the Philippines has been very hectic. So how does school factor into all of that?
Of course, with school po kasi the artista life is not forever. We don't know how long that's gonna happen. So, kailangan po talaga may backup plan. So, that's what my parents have always been telling me. No matter what, dapat school. So, I still do school. I'm grade 11 right now. And I'm homeschooled po sa Philippines. Pero it's still like Canada curriculum. Apo. So, when I have time, that's when I do school.
So continuous yung schooling mo from Canada?
Yes, continuous pa po. Pero of course, it's different from doing school regularly here kasi I don't do it every day. But when I do have time, opo.
So what grade are you in?
Grade 11 na po. Opo, go.
So of course, grade 11 na, so medyo nag-iisip-isip ka na ng university, di ba? Like, sabi mo nga, your parents said school comes first, di ba? So, anong plans mo for university? I'm sure you have something down the road.
Opo, I really want to take law. It actually, that just recently came up maybe like a year ago that I wanted to take law because at first po talaga I wanted to do nursing.
Of course.
Opo, of course, as a Filipino, you know. So I wanted to do that because I thought of it and I was like, my parents are nurses too, so maybe they could just help me, you know, because they know everything and they would just help. But then I was like, my whole family's a nurse, and if somebody needs help, the whole family's there to help. But what if someone's in court, you know, I can help them. So also I've been watching like a bunch of shows about law and everything, and my mom always says that I'm so defensive now and I talk too much. So she's like, oh, you can go into law. So I kind of want to get into that.
So mom and dad
too.
approve.
Yeah, they like it too, but they're like, oh, that's gonna take you a long time, huh? And I was like, I know it's gonna take like half of my life again, but that's okay. If it's something I'm very passionate about, I'm down to do it. Opo.
And I'm sure mom and dad have a big influence on you even until now, right?
Oh boy, yeah, they're always there to support me no matter what. They tell me what's wrong and what's good. They're the people that I can go up to after performances, and I know they're gonna tell me the truth about my performance, you know. Because then other people, they're just gonna say, "Oh, good job, you did a great job," but they're the ones who are gonna criticize me, and they're the ones who are gonna tell me what I did wrong, so I can improve for the next performance.
Tell us, share mo naman sa amin, what does a typical day as an ABS-CBN star is like? What does a day look like? How do you know your schedule? Kailan mo malalaman kung kailan ka susunod na mag-appear?
Depende po talaga. Everything in the Philippines is very spontaneous. Only little things are planned. Most of the things just come and go. You don't even know that it's gonna happen. Parang, for me, a typical week would be like, I don't know, it depends because they text me the shows that I'm about to do the night before. So it's crazy. But usually, if I have tapings are NWF. So those would be like, call time would be maybe 5, 6 a.m. And then it really depends on how many scenes I would have. Earliest I would end would probably be like 5 p.m. and that's if you're lucky. But if not, you'd probably end like early morning or late night. But it's completely fine with me, you know what I mean? Because I'm with the other casts and we're all just laughing around, especially with Playhouse. Kasi dun po sa Playhouse, we have Tito Smokey and Ate Angelica, Panginiban. So they're so funny and they know how to just keep everybody laughing. So I love being there. But sometimes, you know, aside from tapings, there's days where I have ASAP. ASAP is 7 a.m. din po call time, and since that's live, we probably end at like 3 p.m. Pero from that, because everything goes very, very fast. You know, in the Philippines, everything's going very fast, and you have to just go along. You have to go with the flow there. So whatever happens, just happens po.
So a typical day doesn't start on a typical morning like a 7, 8. It can start anytime. It can end anytime.
Opo. Dun po, there's no limit to anything. So sometimes, you know, my what do you call that? My sleep is very different there. Sometimes there are days where I wake up at 2 p.m. because I don't have work. But then there are days where I have to wake up at like 4 or 3, or I just completely don't sleep anymore so that I can just go straight to work po. Yeah.
For 2 years, na-adjust ka na rin sa temperature, na-acclimatize ka na rin. What's it like going from a 5-degree temperature to a 20? I just went home last month, so I know what it's like to go from 5 degrees to 28 degrees. Are you used to the climate na?
No, in the Philippines po, I'm not usually out po kasi. Depends. Sometimes I'm out, but I'm used to like the heat because I feel like the only thing I can complain about is it being hot, but I can easily just wear clothes that will help with that. Pero here po, it's so cold. I have to keep layering and layering and layering. I'm not used to it. Dati po dito, I'd be like, I just wear a hoodie and pants and I'd be fine. But now I have to wear so much just to be warm. But in the Philippines po, I guess I'm used to the hot. But I'm always in the aircon din po because we're taping or we're in shows. So, I don't know. It really depends din po. Opo.
So at the age of 17, you're 17, 16, it seems that you've accomplished a lot already. What else is there that you would like to do more of?
Oh, I've done. Ooh, I kind of want to do more of everything. Kasi with hosting po, I've just recently started doing it and I'm still learning because I host with Kuya Inigo Pascual po, Ate Marisa Cal, and Kuya Raul Santiago and Jada Avanzado. And it's me and Jada. We're like the little baby girls of the group. So we're still learning. We're still trying to figure it out. Especially me with my Tagalog, nabubulol pa rin po ako. So there are times where I'm reading it, I'm like, how do I say that word? Especially with the pronunciation. So I'm still learning that, but I'm glad I have my pops team, that's what we call it, on my side to help me backstage. They're always there to teach me how to pronounce the words and how I should say it. And of course, there's workshops for that din po. So it's just something that I want to work on more, hosting. Opo.
I'm sure that a lot of our viewers are, looking up to you, and you're inspiring them to do what you're currently doing right now. So, what advice would you give, young people like you who are dreaming of becoming an ABS-CBN star, or doing whatever it is that you're doing right now? What would you advise for them?
Opo, here, one thing that I always say, I say this in like every interview because it's so true, but people don't realize how true it is until you experience it. But it's don't give up, because before I was here in the Philippines, I would listen to that and be like, ah, yeah, everybody says that, blah blah blah. But then once I got to the Philippines, there are moments where I had to tell myself, AC, don't give up. You moved here for a reason. Your parents sacrificed everything for a reason. People are supporting you for a reason. And God put you here for a reason. So obviously you can't let all those people, you don't what do you don't make them sad. You don't want to make them disappointed. So you have to don't give up, because there are times where, where you go down and there are those rocks on the road, or like something's gonna happen talaga. But that's just like another challenge that God has brought to you. And once you get through that, there's always something better on the way. So that's one thing talaga that's always in my head, to not give up, because yun nga, yun po, opo.
Well, you're such a down to earth young lady.
Ala,
What
thank you
what
po.
keeps you grounded? That's the most important thing. Kasi most people think na pag nasa showbiz ka na, 'di ba? Diva ka na. So sikat ka na kasi kaya wala ka nang kilala ganon. What what keeps you grounded, and how does your family keep you grounded?
My family po, I feel like I think everybody there just keeps me grounded. But my parents especially, my family especially, because there are little times where I become very with myself, and they're always like, AC, stay down to earth. And I'm always like, yeah, I have to, because I know where I came from. It took a long way to get to where I am po. It took so much hard work, it took so much tears and blood and everything. It wasn't like I got there right away po. There are people who put me down. There were a lot of people who just didn't want me to be where I am right now. And I just had to push through that, and my parents were there to always tell me that, and I could see my parents is like hard work to push me to where I am, because not all parents are so supportive. And the fact that I was able to have them with me throughout this whole thing, supporting me even with the things that they didn't want me to do, but I wanted to push through, it's something that I want to just make them proud. I don't want to be the type of person to just forget everybody, because all of these people, you guys, everybody, they helped me get to where I am. The Filipino community, especially here po in the Philippines, who are always like, you have so much talent, blah, 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 and I never believe it. And they're like, no, you should push through it. So everybody just keeps me grounded po.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank you
and
po.
we wish you a lot. We wish you well,
Thank you po.
and we want you to succeed.
Thank you
And
po.
you know, whenever anytime you want to come back to Canada, come back to us and become a
Yes.
lawyer here in Canada.
want to.
Yes, we definitely will. We'll welcome you back with open arms.
Oh, yay.
Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you
God
po.
bless you.
Thank
God
you
bless
po.
you.
Thank you po. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the whole Filipino community, of course, and all my friends and my titos and everybody, because, you know, you think too na parang when I go there, they would forget me too because we're far away from each other. But it's not like that. When I got home, everybody was like, hey, let's hang out. Hey, I want to see you. Hey, you know, this interview, I'm so happy to be here, you know, because then I haven't seen all those people in so long, and they're like a big part of why I wanted to do everything that I'm doing in the Philippines. So I just want to thank everybody who's been there since the beginning, who have believed in me in every single thing that I do. Opo.
And how did you actually begin? I mean, how did you get into the dancing
In the
here in Vancouver pala?
Opo, yeah. I was inspired by my tita. My tita danced, but it was Tita Riva. Tita Riva, she got me into dancing and the whole Filipino cultural dances, dancing, you know, tinikling, singkil. I do all that stuff, and because I was doing all that Filipino dances, I would perform at the Filipino community, like, events, and it was crazy, you know. Everybody was just so supportive with everything that I was doing with my friends, and you know, I feel like just everybody just was, I don't know how to, I'm so overwhelmed with everything, but it's so, everyone is just amazing, you know. They support me through everything that I do, and all of them are little parts of my journey. It's not just me, it's not just my parents, it's not just my family, it's every single person I've met throughout the journey. Opo. Thank you po. Opo. Yung thank you po ko sa Philippines. Grabe yun. Opo, kasi in the Philippines when I first started, I'd always be like, thank you po, thank you po. And they'd always tease me. They're like, thank you po. That's like, because that became my signature in the Philippines. So everybody knows me as the thank you po girl na there. It's so funny. They say thank you po, pero they don't say it. I'm very, like, the way I say it is very different. Like, I'll be very jumpy and I'll be very excited. Opo. So they tease me about even the staff. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Everybody there is so close. Opo. Hello po sa mga viewers ng PNC. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to keep watching PNC po. Thank you po. Hey, we did it. Thank you po.
Dollar Smart 99 cents Op Store, located at 4811 Diesel Beach Way in Richmond. Telephone number 604-207-0072.
For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.